Hey, this is Lucky Robin, and I'm going to show you how to make fruit leather out of applesauce. Got a couple, well, I've got several jars of applesauce from 2012, and I want to get them used up. And since I am also dehydrating plums today, and I have a couple of spare racks in the dehydrator, I'm going to just use my applesauce and turn it into fruit leather. And if I had a pint jar, I would just be dumping it directly on my parchment lined dehydrator tray, but I can't be sure if these were from the same batch of applesauce or not. And the last time I did this, I had jars from 2 different batches, because it doesn't matter what the date is on them. I made, 3 crock pot fulls of applesauce on numerous days, and it could be from any batch, and they were different quantities. And so the last one was from 2 different batches, and half of the piece of fruit leather was of a sweeter consistency than the other half. And my children said, please mix them together next time, just in case that happens again, so it's all the same consistency of sweetness throughout. So that's why I'm getting a bowl messy one, otherwise I wouldn't need to. And then just pour it on. And we smooth it around. And this is just the perfect way to use up old applesauce that isn't getting eaten. You want to try to make it a fairly uniform consistency, except on the edges, which should be a little bit thicker, because the edges will dry out before the middle. And if it's not thicker, it'll get real brittle and possibly even, well, not really burn, but it just doesn't taste as good. So having it thicker on the edges just makes the outside take as long to dry as the inside. Alright, and this goes into the dehydrator on the fruit setting for 12 to 18 hours. You gotta check it. So applesauce goes on top. I've got my plums every other rack because they're kind of high, and if I did every rack, it might stick, every shelf it might stick to the rack above it. So I'm just doing it that way. And this goes on the fruit setting and the fruit leather setting. For 12 to 18 hours, possibly longer. Well, like I said, we have to check. So let's see, fruit rolls is 135 degrees. Alright, I'll get back to you when it's done. Alright, this was in for 18 hours. 12 hours was definitely not enough. But it is done now. So we peel it off the parchment, like so. And then we roll it up. And at this point, you can either cut it into 2 or 3 pieces, or you can cut it into strips. Like so. And then you just have little strips that your kids can eat their little fruit by the knot foot, because that would be a trademark infringement. And it's as easy as that to make the applesauce fruit leather.